both humans and dogs. We are here. I'm just gonna sit cross-legged. Feel that weight going down through my sit bones. If you want to sit with those legs out or on a prop, on a block, feel free. You know the drill. Get comfy. You can bring that gaze soft to the floor. Let those eyes gently close. Allow that spine to stack on up like Lego blocks, reaching tall for the ceiling. And all together, let's exhale the air from our lungs. Inhale deep through the nose. And exhale, allowing your sit bones to release the ground. Give yourself a moment to arrive, getting to transition into your practice. Perhaps noticing the temperature of the air that surrounds you. Give your body a little scan, head to toe. Is there any stiffness, throbbing, tension? Are you feeling pretty good? Perhaps noticing the speed of your thoughts. They're having a hard time letting go over morning. We're not judging any of these observations, we're just noticing the starting point. Almost like a witness, we're just observing where are we starting. And as you zip up those lips and breathe through your nose, make your next few inhales a little bit longer, a little bit deeper, and the exhales a little bit longer. Signaling your body that we're gonna start moving into a different space. A space just for you to move, to observe, focus on you. Relaxing those shoulders down, letting the hands and elbows get heavy. With your next exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Begin to slowly rotate that neck. Maybe pausing where there's a kink, sending an extra little breath there. And seeing if you can slow down that movement just a little bit more. Just a tiny little bit slower. Then pausing where you are and begin to rotate the other way. Maybe re-releasing those shoulders down. Just begin to move the neck. Work out some of those kinks from the morning computer. Then we'll pause the next time the chin's at the chest. Slowly raise that head up. Then we'll sweep those arms out and down and then scoop them all the way up. Scoop up that energy from the ground, reaching high. Can you reach those fingers long and anchor your hips down, your sit bones down at the same time? Extend that torso, maybe grow another inch. And then on an exhale, begin to release that right arm down, leaning over. Let's do a side bend to the right. I like to tend my fingers at first, reach on over. Depending on your body, maybe you want to flatten the palm or begin to lower the forearm. Just find a place where you can gently begin to open the side of the body. Perhaps bring that gaze to the ceiling. Anchor that left hip down as you reach that left arm over. Then we'll come back up, reach tall. Anchor those hip bones down, really reach the arms and the fingertips. Grow that extra millimeter or two. And on an exhale, let's lean over to the left, reaching up and over. Deciding if you want those tented fingers, the palm or the forearm. Anchor that right hip down and really reach with those right arms over. Your dog is there, maybe give it a little pet, say hi. Then inhale, let's come back up, reaching high. Now still reaching high. As we exhale, let's twist at the waist. Let's begin to move toward the right side with those arms up. As far as you can, with some active mobility. And then release the arms down. The right one's gonna go behind you. The left one's gonna go on the knee or back of the palm toward the knee. And then inhale, straighten up. Exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Low spine, mid spine, and then the upper back and shoulders. And around. I like to think inhale, tall. Exhale, release. And then we'll come back to center. Reach those arms up one more time. Extending the side body. And get ready to twist to the left, thinking from the bottom of the waist first. Holding that all by itself, finding your active mobility, using those muscles. And then release the arms down. Left hand behind you, right arm to your leg, perhaps the back of the palm, the knee. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, twist. Just like a dishcloth, the bottom, the middle, and the upper back. Inhaling to straighten. Exhale, release. Working both sides, in and out of our body. Come back to center. Come over to tabletop. All fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And entering cat and cow. So for cow, drop the belly. Find that really heavy cow udder. Raise the sit bones up. Your chest comes through, gaze comes up. Really feel the end point of your cow. So you're hollowing that back. And then with the breath, let's push the ground again away. Begin to arch into a cat. So we're arching that butt, tucking the pelvis in, releasing the head and neck. Really finding the end point of the cat. How does that back arch feel? And then with your own breath, one breath, one movement, you can begin to move between them. Finding your cow. Finding your cat. And today, I want you to focus on moving with the breath, more so than your shape. Can you make the transition match the breath? Try to make the movement last for the whole breath movement before you release and go the other way. Inhaling one direction, maybe holding the breath. And then exhaling the other direction. And the bottom. Just notice how moving with the breath, is that coming easy today? Is it a bit of a struggle? No having to think why that is, just noticing. Feels like today. Then we're going to bring the knees out wide, biggest toes together, and come back to your cat pose, or cat pose, child's pose. Sit bones toward the heels. Walk those hands out long. We're going to melt down toward the mat. So you're reaching those fingers out long. You're melting. Almost think of your chest wanting to come down rather than your forehead. Just see if that changes the feeling in your hips. If you think the chest is going down, as well as the forehead resting on the ground. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. I want you to tense your fingers and see if you can think about raising your forearms up and your upper back off the ground. So your fingers are tented, and then you're engaging those muscles to lift your arms and your chest just barely above the ground, really active and hovering. And then melt back down to the child's pose. You're releasing everything back down. Feeling a few breaths here. And then tense your fingers again. Engage the arms and the chest. And we're gonna slowly just hover with those tented fingers. Arms are up, chest is hovering. You might really feel this on the arms and the shoulders. Then exhale, come down. And when you're ready, come back up to tabletop. Let's tuck those toes under, push the front of the mat away. Begin to move your sit bones back to hover the knees. And begin to lift those hips high, finding your down dog. Perhaps still bending those knees, walking out the dog one at a time. Maybe pause a little bit, just feel that back of the leg, the calf open up, do a little bit of extra stretching. Especially if you wear a lot of heels or you have a history of a lot of heels like me, even though it's been years, my calves really like to be stretched out. And if you want a little bit of extra movement today, if you're feeling a little wiggly and jiggly, then feel free to do a little dance and move those hips around from side to side, do a little extra swaying. Just find a stretch or a position here that feels good to your body today. Then we'll look forward, keep those hips high. Let's walk the feet to the front of the mat, behind the hands. Bend the knees, belly to thighs. Let's find a forward fold with bent legs. Really focus here on releasing the head and the neck. Move the weight into the front of the foot and begin to raise the hips up just enough to feel the back of the leg stretching. And pause there. We're trying to keep the stretch in the legs instead of the back. So if you're really feeling in the back, bend your knees again, and then slowly begin to just raise the hips. All together, let's exhale the air from the lungs. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Push into the feet, sweep the arms out to the side, and let's rise all the way up to standing, reaching tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Arms by your sides. Close your eyes and check in. Where is your body waking up? Or is it starting to feel a little bit open and spacious? Maybe a little bit trembly. Let's exhale the air. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, straighten the back. So come all the way down. Plant the hands and step back with the right foot. Finding your low lunge. Taking a moment to come up high, and as you go into your low lunge, think about that back leg coming down to the mat as you move down into your lunge. And today we're going to reach those arms up high, opening the fingers so reaching up. And as you exhale, you're going to make fists and pull those arms down into cactus arms. Give yourself a little bit of resistance, almost like there's a weight here. And then inhale up with the arms. Exhale, pull down. Let's do that a few more times. And really give yourself that own resistance as we clench the fists and you pull wide with the arms. And after your next one, we're going to bring those hands down, tuck the back toes and come up into high lunge. Reaching those arms out to the side. Begin to lean over the front foot. Get that back leg really active and pop up into your airplane. So flex that back foot, push against an invisible wall. Think about your hips staring down at the ground, equally, little flashlights there. You're struggling with balance? Can you find a place on the floor that doesn't move and look at it? A little mark or pattern on the ground. Feeling that breath as you play with your balance. Really feel your standing leg. Begin to bend your right knee and stand up just on that left leg. Bring your right knee into your chest and find one-footed balance. Let's reach those arms up high while you balance on one foot. Then exhale, bring that foot down. Bring the arms to your sides. Close your eyes. Scan your body. Where was that effort? How does the left side of your body feel compared to the right side? Are you feeling equal or are you feeling unbalanced? I'm guessing a little unbalanced. So let's try that on the other side. Let's exhale the air from the lungs. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Inhale, sweep those arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Straight back, bend the knees, fold all the way down. Plant the hands and let's step back with the left foot this time, the other leg. Dropping the back knee. Coming up into your kneeling lunge. Take a moment to come up high. Think about that back leg. And as you sink down, think about presenting that back leg toward the ground in your lunge. Let's sweep those arms up, fingertips high. Make those fists and pull down with resistance. Inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, pull down and wide with resistance in the arms. We may not have weights, but we're using our own body weight. We're pulling wide and resisting the down. Move to your own breath. And after that next set, you can tuck those back knees and come up to your high lunge. Reach those arms out like a T. Begin to lean forward over that front foot. Active back leg as you come on up to your airplane. You can also try a warrior three with your arms reaching forward if you have the room. Maybe find that spot on the floor that doesn't move. Active back leg. And then thinking about your standing leg, that balance, begin to bring your left knee, bending it in, and then pushing into that standing leg to try and stand up. And this takes strength, it takes balance, it takes time to build that strength, but we're just trying it every week. See where we go. Reach those arms up high as you balance on the right foot. Maybe you wobble a bit like me today. And then exhale, let's bring it down. Roll those shoulders back. Close your eyes. Scan your mountain. How do you feel? Right side to left side. Any changes you want to make for the rest of the class? Do you want to push a little harder? Do you want to release a little bit more? What does your body need today? Only you know that. All together, let's exhale the air. Inhale. Exhale to chair pose. Sitting back, reaching those arms long. Finding the place where it's work. You can feel its effort to stay here. Maybe lowering a little bit more. But if you're shaking some more much or you feel like you're going to fall down, I want you to come up a bit. Find that Goldilocks place. Bring those hands to heart center. Begin to lean, heart center. Right foot gets heavy, left foot gets light. Begin to lean forward and reach that foot back. We're reaching, reaching, reaching to drop that leg so that we can pivot the back foot and find the warrior two. Again, working a little bit on that mobility and balance every week. Noticing over time, week to week, month to month, how that changes for us. And some weeks, yeah, it's not as good as last week. And then 2 weeks later, it's even great. So just have fun with the movement, the challenge. And reach those arms long in warrior two. Flip those palms up. Straighten the front leg. And let's reach back into our reverse sun warrior. I am starting to appreciate that sun even more. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. Sink back down to warrior two. Release those arms down and behind, grabbing fingers or interlacing fingertips. Roll those shoulders back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Begin to bow down into humble warrior. So moving nice and slow. If you don't like the safety that this doesn't feel like with the arms behind you, you can have the arms in front of you. Modify in a way that makes you feel safe and that you're challenging your strength and flexibility. We can challenge strength and flexibility in a safe way. Wherever you are, feel that breath move through your body. We're going to release those hands by the foot, pivot the back toes. We're going to plant the hands down and step back to plank on the toes or plank on the knees. You get to choose. Wherever you are, I want you to push the ground away. Think belly button into spine. Really feeling the toes and the fingertips. And all together, let's lower all the way down to our bellies. Bringing the elbows under the shoulders, forearms in front. You can widen those back legs as wide as the mat. Push the elbows and forearms into the ground. It's almost like you're pulling yourself forward. Chest is proud, gaze comes forward into your Sphinx. Proud statue in the desert. Now can you keep the chest proud and relax the hips and thighs? That's a challenge. Engaging one part of your body and releasing the other. All together, let's exhale. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Let's melt back down to the mat. Hands by our chest. Tuck the toes, feel the knees, and let's push on up to plank on the knees. We're going to pivot the right shin to the side of the mat, coming up into a side shin plank. I'm going to everyone to stay in the side shin plank. Right hand's pushing down, left foot's pushing down, and you're reaching up. And today we're going to introduce fallen triangle pose. So you're going to push into your hand, push into your foot, raise the shin up, and reach that right leg in front of you. And it can rest on the ground or it can hover up. And we're in our fallen triangle. Whew. This is a strength move. If you do not like it, come back to side plank on the shin. You get to choose. And if you are in fallen triangle, we're slowly going to begin to lower our butts down, coming into a straddle sit. And if you're in side plank with the shin, we're going to come into this little straddle sit. Take a moment to extend the spine. And I'm not in a big straddle, I'm like in a pizza slice. Pizza slices are good as you sit tall. We're going to take the left arm up, right arm in front of us, tenting my fingers. I'll turn so you can see me. And then we're going to side bend over to the right. The chest is proud in front of us. As we reach over, we don't have to be anywhere near those toes. We're stretching the side of our body. Feeling that breath. Inhale, we're going to come back. Left hand goes in the middle, right hand goes up. And then exhale, reach over to the right side. And I slide my left hand over. Feels pretty natural. Chest is facing forward. You're stretching the side of your body. Feeling that breath. Then we're gonna come up and challenge to go in the reverse should you want to accept it. We're gonna take the right hand behind us again. Take the left foot and plant it on the ground. So my left knee is bent, my left foot is planted on the ground. Sorry, that's my right foot planted on the ground. My right hand's behind me. I'm gonna push myself back up to my fallen triangle with the knee that's bent. And then I'm gonna move to down dog. This is kind of cool. It's almost like break dancing. You're going to begin to slide the foot as you turn yourself around and find that down dog. And if it feels weird, if that's the first time you've done that, it feels weird. And eventually the weirdness goes away and it feels kind of cool. So wherever you are, shake it off. Feel that down dog. We're gonna look forward and come to the front of the mat. Pause in your forward fold. And then we're gonna sweep up into chair once again. Sitting back, reaching forward. We're gonna try this sequence on the other side. So we're gonna bring the hands to heart center. Left foot connects down, right foot floats. Begin to lean forward and play with that balance as you reach that right leg behind you. Reach, reach, reach. Coming into your warrior two. Again, this is not always smooth. Some days I'm smoother than others. I've also been doing this for many years. So if you're feeling more awkward and not smooth, it will come. That's why we try this mobility stuff, moving without the help of our hands. We're gonna flip those hands up, straighten the front leg, and lean back into our sun warrior. Gazing at the ceiling, and visualizing that warm sun. And then coming back to warrior two. Releasing those arms, grabbing opposite fingers or opposite knuckle on the interlace. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And if it feels okay with the hands behind the back, you can fold forward. You want to release the hands and bring them down with you. As you fold forward, you pick the way that you feel the safest in trying this movement today. Because if we want to challenge our strength and our flexibility, our mobility, we want to feel safe while we do it. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. Let's pivot that back foot, plant the hands, and step back to plank on toes or knees. We're pushing the ground away, belly button to spine, squeeze the glutes. And then all together, we're slowly gonna lower to the mat. Finding our Sphinx once again. Elbows under shoulders, forearms forward. Think about gripping the mat, pulling yourself forward for that proud chest. Really actively engaging the back, the chest. And then can you challenge yourself to see, can I release the muscles in my legs from not working? So you have an active spine, active chest, active arms. And then see if the legs can stop trying to help you. What does that feel like? And then let's melt down to the mat. Hands by your chest. Tuck the toes, feel the knees. Use that strength and push up to plank on the knees. This time we're gonna pivot the left shin around as we come up on our shin side plank on the other side. Take a moment to really feel this right foot, left hand. Push into the ground to raise the shin and then extend that bottom leg in front of you. It can rest on the ground, it can hover. What kind of challenge do you feel today? Working that arm strength. And And then think about lowering your sit bones down as you come down into that pizza slice of a straddle. We're gonna sit nice and tall. We're gonna reach those arms up high. And then exhale, begin to hinge at the hips going forward. When you can't go forward anymore, you're gonna release the arms down. So you can be super high, or you can be lower. We have, how many screens today? 8 different screens, 8 different bodies. It just works that way. You find your forward fold in this pizza slice of a straddle. Wherever you are, relax your neck and your head. And all together, let's exhale the air. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Walk those hands back towards yourself in your upright pizza slice. Bend the right knee, plant the right foot. Reach the left hand behind you, and we're going to come up into that fallen triangle and try and transfer into down dog. Just having fun with playing the movement, embracing our inner break dancer. So push into the foot and hand, come on up into that fallen triangle. Begin to slide that foot under, turn yourself around, and see if you can find that down dog. Or three-legged dog. Embrace this last down dog of practice. We're gonna float forward into plank on the knees or plank on the hands. We're doing lots of strength work today. And this is our last time going down for the arm strength. So from toes or knees, keep that belly engaged. Keep the arms tucked in. Let's lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way down. Whew. And then mindfully feeling every moment of the turn. Let's roll over onto our back. Nice and slow. Centering yourself. When you're on your back, we're going to come into a little ball. Knees into the chest. Maybe you want to reach your nose and your forehead toward the knees. Give yourself a little hug. Remind yourself that I am enough. And then slowly let's come back to the mat. So reach those arms out wide like a T or out like a cactus. And then let those knees fall over to the left side or whichever side you want to start with. Into a relaxed twist. Knees down one way and maybe that gaze comes over the other way. This can be a pretty relaxing pose sometimes. If we've already ate our lunch, it may not feel so great too close to food time. So you can always extend those legs out a little bit and see if that changes. I usually think of this as pretty relaxing, but the other day I had to make some changes in this pose and come out of it entirely. And that's just something I want to encourage you to do, that if something does not feel good, if it's too close to eating time, if your body's not feeling it today, if there's an injury, just find a different position that works for you. And wherever you are, let's exhale the air from the lungs. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Then bring those knees back to center, gaze to center. And rotate the other way. Balance out that twist. What we do on one side, we're going to do on the other. Encourage symmetry, even though it's one of those things that will probably always be slightly in symmetrical, but we want to encourage the pursuit of symmetry, helps us avoid injury, have a stronger and more responsive body. All together, let's exhale the air. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Sink into the twist. And we'll come back to center. However you want to end today's class, if you want to plant those feet on the floor and let the knees drop together. That usually feels pretty good on my back, my body. If you want to lay flat, if you want to sit up, you choose your final place to sit. To be. I just want you to take a moment and notice where your body is connected with the ground. Is it pulling away? Is it fighting it? Is it sinking? And then as you take your next deep breath at your own pace, and you release that breath nice and slow, does your body sink a little bit more into its connection to the ground? Perhaps experimenting with that few big, long exhales. Just noticing if that exhale can help your muscles do a little bit less. Use the exhale to let your muscles know we're done the hard work. Showed up on the mat. We did our body some good, healthy time. And now, muscles, you can just be. Let go. And wherever you are, you can slowly come into a seated position, keeping those eyes closed. Allowing that back to be nice and tall. And taking a moment to scan your body. Noticing any sensations that are there. Observing the pace of your thoughts. Just being curious on how today's class affected you. Bring those hands to heart center. Tuck the chin into the chest. And all together, let's take a deep inhale. And exhale. Blow that class away. You're done. When you're ready, slowly open those eyes. Reacquaint yourself with your surroundings. And have a wonderful afternoon. Feel free to let me know what you thought of that weird fallen triangle and breakdancing kind of movement. And if you have any requests, you can always stay on or email us at Wellness. Have a lovely day, everybody.